good afternoon to you guys here on Monday, March 17th, 2025. Hope you guys are all doing well out there. And I do want to go ahead and do a recap on this weekend's severe weather outbreak and tornado outbreak. We had the most fatal tornado outbreak we have seen in quite some time. Lots of destruction from these tornadoes and severe weather that would happen over the last 3 days. And we are starting to continue to see reports of what's happening, pictures of what's coming in. We can confirm as of right now we've had at least 42 fatalities as I'm making this video this morning. We'll continue to update you guys on those numbers, making this the most fatal event in many years, tornado-wise and severe weather-wise. And we are also looking at least 66 confirmed tornadoes from Friday, Saturday, and yesterday's event, most of those falling on Friday night and Saturday from the lower Ohio Valley, Missouri Valley there into the Ozarks and Mississippi Valley and Deep South yesterday and Friday night. So we will continue to get those updates in for you guys. We have more storm reports right now, so I'm expecting more of those tornadoes to be confirmed. We can confirm at least 2 EF4 tornadoes, high-end EF4s, Diaz, Arkansas being one of those, and I will get you the information on those other ones here. And we also did have 2 EF3 tornadoes, at least so we can confirm as of right now. So when we get those final reports in, I will continue to update you guys on those in later videos. I do want to go ahead and start by talking about the next severe weather threat. And yes, guys, we do have another severe weather threat that is going to be coming potentially midweek this week. Very low-end severe weather threat this week, but a more dangerous potential severe weather threat that we are watching going into next Sunday, this coming up Sunday, I should say, for the 2nd to 3rd end of the week of March. So I'm going to walk you guys through what we're seeing here. On your picturing screen here, you can see 2 different things ongoing here. You've got what's left of our storm system moving off the East Coast here. You can see most of that cloud cover and storm action off the East Coast. There are a little bit of rain and showers and thunderstorms ongoing in eastern North Carolina, eastern South Carolina, but none of this is severe. We don't expect any of that to be severe. We do have some flash flooding up here near the main area up, just watching for leftover rain and thunderstorms up in those areas, not expecting any severe weather. Now, we do have another low pressure system that is spinning here off as well, off the west coast. This is actually bringing us the threat for an isolated, maybe water spout risk here along the San Francisco Bay Area there. You can see a couple marine warnings in place this afternoon, but look at that low pressure there spinning. That is going to be what is going to give us our severe weather threat for tomorrow and Wednesday across the Midwest and Central Plains and lower Ohio Valley and potentially the northern portions of the Mississippi Valley again. So we'll walk through all of that there. We'll also talk about what's going to happen this weekend. There is going to be some type of snow component to this weekend system as well. We'll go ahead and kind of walk you guys through that here. I do want to also start out by just showing you guys here the reports, these preliminary reports. A lot of these are becoming more confirmed, but you can see all of those blue triangles there are wind reports. We had 543 preliminary wind reports on Friday. Saturday's reports, or Friday's tornado reports, were at 54. Those are also starting to be more confirmed. So when we get those confirmations, and like I said, we'll get you those confirmations there. Those are the red triangles you see, a bunch of those happening basically from southern Missouri through southern Illinois, Indiana, and western Kentucky. A couple there in Mississippi overnight as well on Friday. We also saw 308 hail reports. We had destructive hail here in western Kentucky. We had about 2.5 to 3 inch diameter hail at 5 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. So we definitely can confirm those hail reports were there. So a total of 916 preliminary reports. We'll keep those updated there. That is Friday's reports. I will go to Saturday's reports so you guys can see those 50 tornado reports preliminary. More of those are becoming actually confirmed. 197 wind reports and 29 hail reports. So I will say the difference between Friday's event and Saturday's event, we talked about this a lot in stream and in videos. We had what's called a capping inversion that was set up on Friday, which kind of limited the overconvection. When you get overconvection, storms have to fight for that instability to become mature and become supercellular or become discrete or form a line, whatever they decide to do. That capping inversion can help lead to either something happening or nothing happening. And when you also have a capping in place, it can also allow for storms to become robust and basically explode through the atmosphere, giving us a more higher and severe weather potential. And so Friday definitely saw that criteria. Saturday definitely met criteria, I believe, in my personal opinion. We had that high risk that was out. We definitely saw multiple strong, intense tornadoes in and around Mississippi and Alabama, and in portions of Georgia overnight, and in portions of Louisiana and southern Tennessee. Most of those higher end reports were in Mississippi, where we actually had the Tylertown potentially EF4 tornado, at least preliminary, at least is what it looks like. That long tracked for a good couple of hours. We had Taylorsville, Mississippi, and there portions of the western side of Tuscaloosa County there also had a tornado. We had the Gorda tornado there. So multiple reports coming in. We'll continue to update you guys on those. We also have yesterday's events as well. I was not able to get on and cover yesterday's event, guys, due to just I was dead to the world, guys. I was exhausted. So we had to take yesterday off. But the good news is most of yesterday reports were wind related. 408 wind reports, 35 hail reports, and one tornado report there in Western PA, actually outside of the Pittsburgh area. So we'll keep you guys updated on that. I just wanted to give you at least an idea of what happened and why things happened the way they did. Once again, Saturday becoming what was called uncapped, meaning thunderstorms kept firing off. We had overconvection. Yes, we had a couple strong tornadoes. We had a lot of wind out there, but Saturday could have been way worse than actually what was actually happening due to that uncapping in the atmosphere. So lots of details when we get these severe weather events, guys. A lot of these times when we get these severe weather outbreaks like this, there are things that we look for at least at the end or before the event happens to kind of verify a solution. So just a learning experience as far as forecasting and in general. So like I said, Saturday could have been a lot worse for a lot of people, but that did not come to fruition. Yes, we did have destruction out there, lots of tornadoes and significant wind. But like I said, that ceiling I think was met. Could have been worse though. So glad that did not happen. And I also want to say my hearts and my thoughts and my prayers go out to everybody that was impacted from those storms this weekend, including ours here as well. So we'll keep you guys in our thoughts and hope that you guys have a speedy and fast recovery as always. I want to go ahead and talk about what's getting ready to happen going into this week here. This is going to be the third week of March, and yes, we do have severe weather on the table. You can see our jet stream right now, a little bit of a quiet jet stream as of right now. We do have a ridge that is building over here in the central plains and central and southern plains here. A leftover jet stream that was causing our severe weather system this weekend is now moving off the coastline as we speak. As we go into the early portion of the week here, you can see this little shortwave trough that's going to move in here. This does become very amplified, and we are going to watch the threat for severe weather up here into portions of the Midwest, back down here into the lower Ohio Valley, the Ozarks, and the Mississippi Valley. Again, we already have a marginal risk out for Tuesday and Wednesday. I am not expecting a severe weather outbreak out of this. And typically if we were to see a trough like this, we would get a severe weather outbreak most times out of this. But the reason why we're not seeing a lot of severe weather with this week's middle threat is because of the fact that the storm system that just came through this weekend wiped out a lot of our moisture, wiped out a lot of our instability. When you get back-to-back storms, it's very, very hard to get organized severe weather outbreaks back-to-back because of the moisture return process. And that's typically what happened was our dew points got shoved back out here into the open Gulf, and it takes time for those dew points and those instability values to come back north and flow out of the Gulf. And so with this system on Tuesday and Wednesday, I am not expecting anything near what happened this past weekend. We will have the threat for severe weather we will have to watch out for. We'll keep you guys updated on that. But if this system wouldn't have happened this weekend, we would have more of a severe weather threat this week than what is being forecasted. So we're going to watch this. There will be a snow component to this. I'll get to that here in just a second. And then as we go into Friday and Saturday, we're going to actually have to watch for the potential for a higher severe weather event maybe on Saturday and Sunday here, specifically more on Sunday. Little shortwave trough here going to give us the threat for some robust instability and higher dew points back down here into the deep south and the Ozarks. Might extend up into the lower Kentucky area here into Tennessee. We'll watch and see if that does happen. Some of the models are showing some instability on Sunday for that severe weather threat. The Storm Prediction Center has already issued a day 7 slight risk for Sunday. We'll get to that here in just a minute. So we're going to keep our updates on that situation here. This will be known what's probably called as a high cape low shear day. I'm not expecting an amplified significant trough like we just had. This would be one of those little short waves that could give us some low and severe weather. So that is going to be on Saturday and Sunday. And then as we go into Sunday night and Monday there, we do see another amplified trough coming in, giving us maybe another shot at some severe weather on Sunday night into Monday there. So we'll watch Saturday, we'll watch Sunday, we'll watch Monday. And then after that, we start to get into the following week. Things become a little bit more uncertain since we're past that 7-day window. I will say the models do look to kind of keep an active pattern in place, especially as we go towards the first week of April. We're starting to see more of these shortwave troughs and these more of these elongated jet streams, these dips in the jet streams. And I think as we go into the first week of April, things will start to pick up more significantly again. Tornado season really does pick up and peak as we go into April and May. So we'll keep you guys updated on that. Now, I do want to show you guys the precip here. I'm not going to go into too many details on the severe weather setups for the end of this week. We'll get to more on that once models become more agreement on each other. That is still about 7 days out. We'll talk a little bit here about Tuesday and Wednesday's threat. You can see there is going to be a snowstorm component. So we are actually going to have a pretty strong low once again that's going to develop. This will have some wind with it on the backside of our low. There probably will be some wind gusts of 40, 50, 60 miles per hour on Tuesday and Wednesday as this 985 millibar low develops. There will be some heavy snow. So if you're in Minnesota, Wisconsin, back into Kansas, into Nebraska, here, northwestern Iowa, there will be some heavy snow that develops, and I'll get to those potential totals here in just a second. But that is going to work its way off to the east. There will be some shot at a low in severe weather risk. There will be a cold front that is dragged down here basically from Wisconsin, Iowa, Missouri, all the way down through Kentucky, Tennessee, Mississippi, and Alabama. That was a very, very low in threat. Like I mentioned, again, it's going to be more of a wind and hail threat. There will be some type of isolated tornado threat probably down here in Mississippi and Alabama Alabama again that we'll have to watch out for. If we need to go live for that event on Wednesday, we will do that. That system moves its way off the East Coast. There will be some cold air also in place afterwards. This will be having some cold air hanging around, so there could be a changeover to some snow showers maybe on Thursday into Kentucky and Tennessee and portions of Ohio. So we'll watch that. I don't expect anything crazy out of that at all. We'll keep you guys updated on that situation. And then after that, like I said, we get into more of the unknown, but I think we will start to see more severe weather, maybe some more winter weather as we get closer to the end of March here up into Wisconsin, into the northern high plains and upper Midwest there. But I think the winter component of our season here is really starting to die out. We shouldn't be seeing too much more in the terms of winter storms, especially as we get into April. I think most of the April events, end of March, April snow events do happen up in the higher plains, Midwest, and Canada line. So we'll watch that for you guys, but just a little bit more uncertain on what's going to happen going into that last week of March. Now, another thing I want to show you guys is going to be the instability here. We'll look at surface-based CAPE. This gives us an idea of the instability in the atmosphere at the surface as well. That kind of gives us that severe weather threat. And as we go into Tuesday and Wednesday here, like I said, a little bit of instability popping up through Iowa, Illinois, back here into the lower 48 back here into the Ozarks and the Missouri Valley and Kentucky Valley here, the Kentucky and Tennessee areas. And then we'll watch that on Tuesday and Wednesday. And then going east there, that basically kind of dissipates as that system goes through on Wednesday and Thursday. And then we see more of a chance of robust severe weather potentially on Sunday here. We do have a little bit higher of some instability values that extend from Kentucky back down into Tennessee to Texas, Louisiana, and Arkansas. So that's really what we have to look for this weekend. I will show you guys as well what the Storm Prediction Center does have on tap for us. We do also have a critical and extreme fire risk once again. So this is today's fire outlook. Florida does have an elevated and critical risk for fire. Be mindful, please don't be out burning as always if you are in these risk zones for fire danger. Critical and elevated threat back into portions of the high plains and southern plains and the Colorado mountains once again. And then tomorrow we actually have an extreme threat with that trough moving through once again. Western Texas Panhandle here. Once again, a level 3 out of 3 hatch fire risk there. Once again, relative humidity values will be very, very low. Wind gusts will be very, very strong with that shortwave trough moving in. So Lubbock, Amarillo, Midland, Odessa, Clovis, and then outside of that, Oklahoma City, Norman. You guys had lots of wildfires that were started back on Friday. So we actually have some confirmed fatalities. I believe 2 to 4 fatalities is what I've seen. I'll get with you guys on that tomorrow in tomorrow's video, but that was in and around the Oklahoma Norman area yesterday into Friday. So not a great scene seeing over there with all those wildfires, and those actually went into eastern Missouri as well. So once again, if you're impacted by those fires, thoughts and prayers go out to you guys as always. Here's the risk zone for your Tuesday. We've got a marginal risk for severe weather that goes into eastern Nebraska and into central and northern Iowa. Less than 2% tornado risk, not 0, but less than 2%. Wind threat is less than 5%. It's going to be more of a hail-driven risk with that instability being super, super low. That's kind of what we call a cold core setup. You've got cold air on one side of the low, warm air on the other side. You get what's called hail that develops with that. So we'll be watching out for that. And then day 3 is going to be a little bit more interesting. I do think there's a chance for maybe even elevated severe weather risk back here into Kentucky, Tennessee. If we get some higher instability values, we'll have to watch out for that. But I think that's where that tornado risk will be more confined to, is the southern portion of this mode. We do have that marginal risk that goes from Iowa back into southern Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Tennessee. This is a level 1 risk out of 5, so I don't expect a significant severe weather event out of this. Very low in. All modes of severe weather will be possible on Wednesday, so we will keep you guys updated with that. We don't have anything for day 4, day 5, day 6, but we do have a day 7. The Storm Prediction Center once again issuing a day 7 slight risk for Sunday with that trough moving in that we're going to be seeing here. We'll have to watch for the potential for another severe weather event here. Southeast Oklahoma, northeast Texas, most of Arkansas, northern Louisiana, western Tennessee, and central and northern Mississippi. Now, this is still 7 days out. This risk zone will move around a lot. It'll change, could get upgraded, could get downgraded. So we will keep you guys updated on this, but that is the next significant severe weather event that we could be watching for as we go into the end of this week and beginning of next week. So that's what I've got for you guys today. I appreciate y'all for watching this. Have a wonderful Monday. Stay safe out there. And for anybody that is recovering from those storms, once again, my heart, my thoughts, and my prayers go out to you. And I hope for a speedy recovery. And we will keep you guys updated on the next couple of systems. Be safe, guys.